Hello, Kingswood. Welcome to this week's episode of Night Watch, where this week we'll be mentioning a lot of things regarding the theater, poetry, and many other things, including freshman class dues. Stay tuned. This is Night Watch.
Hello, Kingswood. How you doing?
I'm good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, Kieran. I'm Scott Giesler.
I'm Kieran Kelleher.
And this is our New Year's episode with two people that don't really ever find themselves at this desk. So yeah, I mean, we're here, we're talking. Normally we see you in weather, we see you in gaming, but by God, we've got you behind the desk today. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's always an excitement to finally be here. We've actually been trying to get me here for a very long time, but thanks to sickness, wiping out my school,
Yeah.
and totally closed the school,
Right.
and a bunch of snow days and weather, well, I haven't been here.
We haven't been on the air since I think probably the beginning of December. Speaking of which, how was your vacation?
It was full of work, a lot of work.
Full of work.
It was definitely, I got some time off.
Yeah.
I actually heard that Funswell actually had a problem with their sewage pump at one point.
Sewage, wow.
Oh yeah, very bad.
Okay.
They had to close down for a whole day while I was gone. I'm like, I'm so glad I took my vacation day then.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't the day that we were at Fun Spot. As I've mentioned to you before, I have a lot of notes for Fun Spot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, ticket inflation through the roof right now. You want a mug, it's going to cost you 2,000 tickets. And I just can't play that much Bass Fisherman.
I'll
I
have to
just
see if I can
can't
take
do
it up to upper management.
You
then.
say something about that. And I guess
Yeah.
not commit Fun Spot high treason.
Ah yes, Fun Spot high treason, always
Yeah.
a fun thing whenever
Yeah.
you forget your belts when you show up to work or you decide to cut the line at the prize counter.
Right. Okay. Well, let's get into it. We got a lot to talk about today. There's the bell. Don't worry, it's only the half bell. We're fine, folks.
It's letting us know that we need to get going.
Yeah,
It's like,
time to
you
shut
guys
up.
are taking too long.
All right, I'll meet you over here at camera 3. Coming up on January 20th, the middle school is having a play in the Kingswood Arts Center. We don't have the times for it yet, but if you want to support future theater students, go watch. For more information, keep watching this program. We'll have more in future weeks, but in the meantime, you can reach out to the middle school.
Here's an early heads up. The Kingswood Theater Performance Class, in conjunction with Lakes Region Technology Center Stagecraft Program, presents the comedy Mutually Assured Destruction, written by Don Zolidis. This show will be on Thursday, January 26th, and Friday, January 27th at 7 p.m. This play will be free of charge to the public, so support our theater.
Another event later this month, one of my big favorites, is Poetry Out Loud, a poetry recitation contest in the Kingswood Arts Center. It'll be happening on January 31st with a snow date of February 1st. Kingswood's brightest shine in front of a panel of judges, and they compete to move on to the New Hampshire Regional Competition. For more information, visit Mr. Lang in the high school or Mr. Gauthier in the Arts Center.
Just a friendly reminder that freshmen need to get their class dues into either Miss Nelson in room 149 or to the library, either $20 for this year or $80 for all 4 years.
Over Christmas break, we had 2 athletes of the week. Our female athlete of the week was Adeline Ingham with alpine ski. Addie had outstanding results as a freshman at her first high school race. She placed 3rd in all 3 races to lead the Knights, in a point scoring for the day.
Our male athlete of the week is Stephen Lawrence with the wrestling team.
There's that bell again.
Always gotta love it.
Yeah, I know.
Stephen marked an important milestone for the new wrestling program. Not only was he the first to ever compete in a home wrestling meet, but he won his first matches at home versus Sauhegan and Epping. Stephen is currently undefeated with a 4-0 record. Way to go, Stephen. Congratulations, and great job to both of you.
And now, here's our lunch menu for the week. On Monday, it's chicken tenders.
On Tuesday, it's a pulled pork on a bun.
On Wednesday, it's the pasta bar.
On Thursday, it's one of my personal favorites. On Thursday, it's French toast sticks. Let me just repeat myself.
You're right? You okay?
Yeah.
You want? All right. And then on Friday, it's not only pizza day, it's stuffed crust pizza day,
Very
folks.
special day.
Unbelievable. Now we've got the sports schedule for the week, right? Here we go. Thank you very much for that. Now it is time to move on to music with Elliot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Elliot Reviews Music Sometimes. We're all going to pretend that it was just always called that, by the way. And today, we're going to be tackling a far more recent album than last time, Metro Boomin's recently released Heroes and Villains. As Metro's second project, this album really exemplifies everything that there is to like about him. Unsurprisingly, this record has a vast amount of samples, and I'll just give you some of the names for the sake of time. I'm not going to name all of them, but we have on this record Future, 21 Savage, Travis Scott, John Legend, Takeoff, and, I kid you not, Morgan Freeman and Homelander. No joke, like the one from the TV show, the one you're thinking of. Yeah. Sitting at about 14 tracks and about a 45-minute runtime, this album isn't all about the features. This project features some of Metro's best beats in my opinion, and the tracks on this album are personified very well by both the verses from these features and the production by Metro himself. Tracks like Creepin', featuring The Weeknd, while not incredibly deep, offer a good melancholic story about how a man would rather his girlfriend just cheat on him in secret than rather face the reality of his broken relationship. Like I said, it's not the craziest themes in the world. Other rappers have tackled something like that in the past, but this album has a lot of good, simple storytelling like that. Another good track for separate emotional reasons is Feel the Fire, featuring Takeoff. Obviously, with the death of Offset, this is a powerful and obviously meaningful choice to have him begin the closeout of the album. While some have criticized the amount that 21 and Future appear on this project, I think it actually makes sense for Metro's second album. He's obviously worked with these two the most out of any of the other people on this project, and I think it creates a pretty interesting vibe. Try to imagine if maybe like Dreamville or other groups like them were trap groups, and that's the kind of vibe that I get from this album. There are also enough other artists that I really think it's a nitpicky criticism that didn't take away from my personal enjoyment of the album whatsoever. I personally think that this is a step up for him from Not All Heroes Wear Capes, and I did like that album, but I think that this album has the additional advantages of some stronger features, some more creative sampling, and an all-around improvement of quality. The only real criticism that I have for the album is that there are some tracks that I find get a little repetitive and overstay their welcome. A lot of these songs are only about 3.5, maybe 4 minutes long, but some of them feel far longer due to being kind of repetitive to me personally. However, this may not even be the fault of the album, as I kind of just say that about a lot of trap records that are like this. But frankly though, I don't have a ton to say about this album that I haven't already said. It's just an incredibly solid album that I think really deserves Album of the Year consideration. Maybe it doesn't win it, but it should be in the conversation. If you like trap music, or just rap in general, I can't recommend this album enough. Well, that's going to wrap it up. I'm going to give this album a very solid 9 out of 10, or a 90% score on the tomato meter. And if you have any albums that you'd like me to review, make sure to let me know. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and I will see you when I see you.
Thanks, Elliot.
And now let's move on to comics with Margot.
Hello, Kingswood, and welcome back to Night Watch's comic segment, where I, Margot Farrell, get to rant about my favorite topic, comics.
And I am the co-host, Keegan Quint.
This week, in honor of snowy season, we will be discussing DC's ice villains.
There is a lot of them. Where should we start?
At the beginning, of course, the oldest ice villain published by DC that I can track down anyway was the Blue Snowman in 1946, an enemy to Wonder Woman.
Who was this Blue Snowman?
Byrna Brilliant is a high-tech genius who would pretty much use her smarts and snowy tech to rob people.
Seriously? That's it? They just steal money? No, that's not that cool. That's boring.
Hopefully this next one will be a little more entertaining for you. Icicle Sr. debuted in 1947, and his introduction was quite interesting.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How interesting?
Well, his civilian persona was originally found dead and robbed. Alan Scott's Green Lantern went on this whole search to find his killer. Then Icicle Sr. appeared later the same day, so of course no one's going to think that it was him who stole his own weapon, because he was dead.
So he faked his death to use an ice ray of his creation and have no one know that it's him.
Yeah, so he's just doing villain stuff about people thinking it's him. But that really backfired on him because he was figured out. Now, our next ice villain was debuted in 1948. Another nemesis to Wonder Woman is Minister Blizzard.
Another one I don't know.
Minister Blizzard is an eco-terrorist cult leader whose goal is to send the world into another ice age.
Well, he sounds a lot more villainous than the other of Wonder Woman's bad guys. Oh, hold on, I know this next one. Captain Cold. He's from The Flash.
That's right. Captain Cold, aka Leonard Snart, was debuted in 1957. He was the first of the more recognizable ice villains with modern comic fans. He made his criminal career starting off with a group of common thieves and branching out to do his own thing.
Okay. Oh, I know this next one too. It's Mr. Freeze. He's a Batman villain. And his life is actually kind of sad with his wife dying. And then he fell into some icy science stuff.
That icy science stuff made it so he can only survive in below freezing temperatures. Poor dude only wants to live a happy life with his wife.
Single deal. Next we have Killer Frost. I know many people have had that name, but I believe the first was Crystal Frost in 1978, then followed by Lois Lincoln to take the name in 1985. Both of these killer ladies, along with Caitlin Snow in 2013, are enemies of Firestorm. Wait, why does this next bad guy, his name look familiar? Didn't we already do him?
No, we haven't. Icicle Jr. is the son of Icicle Sr. He debuted in 1987, who, unlike his father, has ice powers instead of using an ice ray, which is actually what gave him his powers in the first place.
Huh? I feel like there's many more we could talk about, and we've missed, but we're running out of time, so we should head to the outro. So that's all for this week.
If you think I've missed anything or you want to recommend a topic for me to go over next week, feel free to email me at ma2023rell@student.govwentworth.k12.newhampshire.us. Oh, you get it.
So no one likes that email. That's all, folks.
Now back to you at the studio.
Thanks, Margot. Kieran, tell us about games.
I'm busy.
Do it!
Fine. Hello, Kingswood. It's your good old friend from Moltenborough Academy, here to review yet another amazing game. And it's time I kept to that promise. A game both PC and console can play. Fallout 4. Before we proceed, this game is rated M for mature for violence, violent themes, gore, etc. None of which will be shown today, however, but you have been warned. Fallout 4, technically the fifth in the series of Fallout games, was released by Bethesda on November 10th, 2015. Please ignore my Englishing. Fallout 4 was a home run in the gaming community, and some might say it was second only to Fallout New Vegas. It had its issues, sure, but all games do. Based in the year 2077, the game has an 80s nostalgia feel with a futuristic touch. America is in a great war for resources against China, and its clear nuclear weaponry isn't out of the question. And on October 23rd, 2077, the unthinkable had occurred. Thank God for that conveniently timed Vault-Tec rep, right? I won't spoil anything more story-wise for you, so get it yourself, if you haven't not played it already. Fallout 4 is a free roam, and it is expansive. You can build settlements, forts, heck, with enough imagination, an entire military complex. I do that a lot. The game is heavily based on the choices you make, with each faction having a different goal. Will you be part of the Brotherhood Brethren, an intellect at the Institute, a railroad renegade, or perhaps a fearless freelancer? Either way, it's up to you, and your choices will determine who is friendly, who is hostile, what you can and can't do, and ultimately, how the game ends. So tread carefully when presented with a choice. It might just save your life. Best of all, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the modding scene. This game is insane when it comes to mods. You can actually see me using them in the clips behind me. These can range from modern day gear and weapons, power armor paint jobs, and even entire new factions and quests. Some add Warhammer 40k armor, gear, and weapons. Some add Clone Trooper armor and weapons. Some simply make the game a little more beautiful. My favorite mods, however, anything to do with the Enclave.
You are out of uniform, soldier! Where is your power armor? Enclave here. Why isn't your video feed working?
Bringing old world values into a new world. Most mods for PC can be obtained on Nexus Mods, as seen behind me. But don't worry, console players, there is literally a button on the main menu to let you install mods for yourselves. Go enjoy them. So all in all, Fallout 4 is an amazing game. You want action-packed adventure, full of emotional strife, Warring between factions, betrayal, and a wasteland full of opportunity, Fallout 4 is for you. You want Hello Kitty style power armor? I mean, you can do that, but was that the only reason why you wanted this game? That's all for me, Kingswood. Hopefully I can get another story-based game, one with a twist. Now back to the desk. Enclave out.
Thanks, Kieran. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Don't make fun of my Hello Kitty armor. Now it's on to Connor with weather.
Good morning, Kingswood, and welcome to this week's Night Watch weather. Let's start it off with Friday the 6th. We'll have a high of 34 during the day with an 84% chance of snow, and that night it's going to be around 28 degrees with a 21% chance of rain. Moving into Saturday, we have a high of 39 with 9% chance of rain. Saturday night is going to be an 18 degrees with a 4% chance of snow. Sunday the 8th is going to be a sunny 32-degree day with a 2% chance of rain. And Sunday's night is going to be a 21-degree night with a 4% chance of snow. Sorry for the quick episode, but we're pressed for time. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Connor. And that is just about going to do it for us here in the studio. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy your weekend. I'm Scott Giesler.
And I'm Kieran Kelleher.
And this has been Night Watch.